You know, for a game that heading into the regular season was one of the most hyped and anticipated for this Vancouver Canucks team, I don't think I've ever watched a more anticlimactic, boring game in my life. Seriously, this team, after a huge character win against the Oilers, 7 players out of the lineup, cannot beat a floundering New York Rangers team that just came off a 5-1 loss to the Calgary Flames. I think that's the most annoying part about this game, is that the Rangers did not play that great to beat the Canucks. Both these teams are struggling, but the Canucks just outsucked the Rangers. Couldn't score a goal against Jonathan Quick, their backup goalie. They fell short 1-0 with an empty netter. And before you get mad at me in the comments for being negative about this team, even though they beat the Oilers the other night and came over the adversity of losing a lot of players, that's exactly what I'm upset about, both those things. First of all, the Canucks can't stay healthy to save their own lives. We lose players to injury every single game. Last day it was Mancini, then before that's Quinn Hughes. Tonight, Connor Garland. And I'm tired of saying it's a moral victory that they played well, but they had half their lineup out with injury. This team has a durability problem. I don't know what it is, but their players just cannot stay in the lineup for whatever reason. And it's stupid because you don't see any other team that has this bad injury luck. I just can't quite understand why this keeps happening year in, year out. Are we just too soft, or are we just that unlucky? I don't know what it is. The second thing that I'm upset about is that this team cannot decide what type of team it wants to be this year in the standings. They don't know if they want to suck. They don't know if they want to do well, because one night they'll play great, give the fans the hope that they're back and ready to go on a run, and then the next night they'll lay an egg and just be allergic to scoring goals. And what does that lead to? It leads to you being stuck in the middle of the standings, where you're not going to be guaranteed a playoff spot, but you're also not going to be bad enough to the point where you can guarantee yourself a good spot in the draft. Again, I really apologize for just going on a complete rant and being upset about this team, because trust me, I'll say it again, I understand this team has 9 regulars out with injury, but that's the problem. Guys, we're 11 games into the season, and we're almost averaging a player getting injured every single night. I understand feeling sorry for the players, but that's genuinely almost unheard of. And it sucks because the Canucks have been in this position before, where they've been doing well, and the team around them has looked very good, but injuries have happened, and we've lost our star goaltender or our star defenseman in key situations, playoff runs, and then it becomes the what-if game of if they were healthy, would we have won the series? But the truth is, winning doesn't really care if they were healthy, if they were this, if they were that, because everyone gets hurt. It's the same game you're playing out there, but the teams that want it the most and the teams that show up to play usually end up winning, and that's just the way that the game works. I don't know, I think I've apologized maybe 2-3 times already in this video. I'll do it once again for being so harsh on this team, but it's just the same stuff, and the moral victories aren't really doing it for me anymore. End of the day, you want consistent results, and that just isn't possible when you have 9 regulars out of your lineup. Not to take anything away from the guys that did play today, I thought they played decently. It just sucks that this is the circumstance of the team right now, because I do think that fully healthy, they can be good, but the problem is they haven't been fully healthy for 2 years now, aging back to last season. Anyways, enough of the rant. Tonight was JT Miller's homecoming game, his first time back in Rogers Arena since getting traded. They had a tribute for him. I still like Miller as a player, no problem with him. I'm glad they gave him a standing ovation because I do think he deserves it. He was a very good Canuck for a long time, and I personally miss him for sure. First of all, he is a very durable player, but beyond just that, he's a very smart and skilled player on the ice. He didn't get on the board in this one. Mika Zibanejad scored the lone goal for the Rangers at 5-on-5. Lucas Reichel was a standout for me for the Vancouver Canucks. He played very well, continues to get chances, but cannot find the back of the net. I'm telling you, it's coming. At least he is getting to the right places and getting himself in positions to score. I am willing to be patient with this player, though he has a lot of promise and potential, still just 23 years old. I have really liked what I've seen from Reichel so far. Tom Willander also made his NHL debut tonight. He looked pretty solid. I thought he was actually pretty good with the puck. They even had him out there in the 6-on-5 at the end of the game, which was a little bit of a questionable decision when he was out there over Hronek, but still, I like Tom Willander, 11th overall pick, and he's going to be a very good player in the years to come. But yeah, not much else to say in this one. There were no goals scored by the Vancouver Canucks, so I don't really have much to really commentate over. Marcus Pettersson got into a fight. That was pretty cool. But that was about it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Give me your thoughts on this team in general in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you're new. Peace out, and take care.